afternoon. I am A. Allen. I'm a Streetwise vendor. And this is Susan Haney, Chief Editor of Streetwise.
You are on Streetwise Live for the next 25 minutes on CAN TV 21. We are also streaming live on cantv.org/hotline. And you can also join the conversation by calling 312-738-1600. Alan, tell us a little bit about Streetwise.
Well, Streetwise, it's a great organization. I mean, it's been great for me in my journey through life because I have had some ups and downs, and Streetwise was able to somewhat step in and help save me from a terrible situation. And what it did, it gave me an opportunity to become an entrepreneur and to help myself from the situation I was in.
I think we need to say that Streetwise is a publication that people who are homeless or low income sell as an alternative to panhandling. We like to say it's a hand up, not a hand out. And we are not the only organization with this idea. There's 100 street papers around the world.
And Streetwise has been around for 26 years this year. And you know, it's got to be something about Streetwise that's right, because it wouldn't be around that long if it was wrong.
So tell us how people get started at Streetwise.
Okay, don't forget, new vendors are always welcome.
Overhead.
New vendors are always welcome, and you can come Tuesday or Thursday at 10 o'clock at 4554 North Broadway, Suite 350. Okay, it's right off the red line. Okay.
And you don't need identification. We can in fact help you get it if you don't have it. Go ahead.
Okay, and when you come to the orientation, we'll start your wheels to rolling by giving you 15 free papers to get you started with a hand up and not a hand out, and that way you can become an entrepreneur for yourself. You can earn an honest, sober living by joining the force.
You sell those papers, and then you buy the paper for, etc. So we also have a jobs program.
We have a jobs program. You can call Streetwise at 773-334-6600 and ask for Allie Maloney, or you can email us.
Okay, so let's get started. Let's go a little deeper. So, Alan, let me tell you about this week's paper.
Yes, Theater Guide. Theater Guide.
Okay, so you want to know, you were talking to me earlier in the green room before we got started.
And yeah, I would like to know, Suzanne, what made you choose the Theater Guide for this week?
You know, this goes along with what I said a week or so ago about doing a nonprofit guide. I really feel that media, a publication, has to give back to the community. And so what we're talking about here is similar to the nonprofit guide. We've listed all the theaters in the city, or as many as we could get a hold of. But I really feel there's a couple of things here. One of them is that Chicago is known for being a theater city. Not just Broadway productions, but the small storefronts. So we've done that. But I also feel that it's a way of giving the vendors something to talk about with their readers, and in the process they get to own it. So, for example, Alan, you've been to theater recently. You went to the Black Ensemble Theater, which is also, it's fabulous. They are in new headquarters near Uptown. They've had a new building built, so that's an asset to the community as well. But tell us what you went to see at Black Ensemble.
I went just this weekend. I went Saturday. Saturday I went to the 3:30 show, and it was Rick Stone, the blues man.
Now, I don't know anything about Rick Stone. Can you just give me a one-sentence summary of who he was?
Okay, Rick Stone, he's like, he's a very great guy. He's a very good singer. He's a very good performer. You know, it'll put you in the man of Howlin' Wolf. You know.
Okay, and what era was he? What years?
Okay, Rick Stone is in today's era. Matter of fact, you probably want to go see the play to find out more about him. But Rick Stone is a great performer, and he did a great job at the Black Ensemble Theater. When I went to see him, I took a friend, and there was a lot of people there, and the audience seemed to enjoy it. I know I did personally.
So the bottom line is, in a couple of hours, you can get the message about someone who might not be familiar to you, but it's interesting, it's not laborious, it's leisure, and you're getting a message about Chicago history, Chicago culture, etc.
And blues.
And blues. So what we did with this, we had a number, we did it a little differently from a lot of papers. We talked about the mission of various theater companies, because a lot of them are also nonprofits. So there's one that's talking, it's a children's theater that's talking about hunger, and in fact it's hunger abroad and hunger in Chicago. And there's another that's talking about sex trafficking and reasons that it exists and how it could be stopped. And there's another that's talking about bravery in our era. There's also some free theater this coming weekend. There's a festival called Collaboration, and it's in 3 different parks over the next successive weekends. So basically, I just felt that I had done theater in the past. I've done cover stories on lyric opera. They reached out for a couple of different years and were telling Chicago stories. They had some auditions. They got community groups such as Blue Rhythm Project to do a story on. They did a story based on a killing that happened at a CTA stop. Goodman Theater, we did a cover story on them because they have an education center that they opened. They not only teach seniors and students about memoir writing and theater, they also have a program that teaches teachers how to use theater to maybe make classroom lessons like social studies a little bit less, sitting in the chair reading the book. So I wanted to give everybody a platform, kind of get everybody on the same page.
That is very great. And now, for whatever reason you chose the theater guide, I want you to know that from a vendor's point of view, the guide has been very successful for us to sell because it's an entertainment magazine, and it kind of guides you through Chicago where you can find some very pleasant entertainment.
I really feel that the vendors shouldn't be always selling homelessness. And so This is a way where you can get your hands around stuff. I mean, we tend to think, oh my God, theater's for the elites. I can't afford it. But some of this theater is very inexpensive. And basically being able to get your arms around it and say, wow, this is what's happening this year, and it's not that expensive, and this is now on my calendar. Much like we do for the festival guides, we put it on your calendar, and you say, I can do this, and I can learn about Chicago. I can go to a different neighborhood. And in the process, I'm grabbing Chicago. And so I feel it gives everybody ownership, not just the vendors, but all of us. And in the process, we're mixing. You actually went to another play, too. I heard you went to a play where Streetwise was mentioned, The Hobo King.
Hobo King, yeah, it was a nice play.
And that, you said, was on Belmont Avenue, so that was in the heart of the theater district.
Yeah, it was a nice play, and it was basically about this guy. They voted him as being, I guess you could call it sort of like Tent City.
Okay.
These hobos or these homeless people, and they was trying to elect a president. Mm-hmm. They was trying to elect a spokesman for him.
Okay.
And so that's the reason why they called it Hobo King, because they was actually electing a spokesperson for the homeless.
And we actually did see that happen in the Tent City.
Yes.
We will be writing about that in another couple editions, okay?
Yeah. And as far as the theater guide, the guide is something that, as a vendor, me myself being a vendor out there selling the papers, it feels good to be able to sell a guide because you feel like you're offering the community something.
That was one of the things I felt. That's what I felt.
And so when we say we have the guide, okay, this is something that could help. It's not just for the money, it's not for profit, but it's something that you can give back to the community and say, hey, check this out, because you might could use this in the entertainment section as far as taking your friends out, to different places, and it feels good to be able to offer the community something of substance.
Cool. I still want us to tell about ways in which people can live better in Chicago even if they're low income, but this is a way. I mean, you can go to theater and it's not expensive, or maybe it is and you've saved up all year because it's something special. But at any rate, it puts you in the mix of knowing about Chicago. It's not to say that elites are only involved. And as a matter of fact, we've done theater where the elites have reached out to us because they know that one group of people can't pay for theater. I mean, Lyric Opera has a beautiful opera house, but they want to remodel. And down the road, they want to have an audience of all Chicago. It's going to take everybody to be big enough to fill that theater. And so it's kind of a metaphor for how we exist as a political society as well. I mean, are we always going to be segregated in our houses and our work? Maybe, but maybe we get together and we see theater and we see other entertainment and we're kind of mixing and we're seeing each other's shows and we're hearing each other. And if we can hear each other on an entertainment basis, sometimes where there's a political angle, we can hear each other on a bigger basis. It's a start.
And then not only that, but this is like this magazine or the guide allows the vendor to be a mediator between the information.
That's what I felt as well. I felt that maybe someone would say, oh, I had your festival guide and I used it all summer, so now I've got your theater guide and I'll use it all winter. And they'll say, I went to see this show, and then later on they talk to the vendor and say, I saw this show, and here's what I got out of it. So it's a conversation that I want to have happen, kind of something that gets you talking to your customers more than you do ordinarily.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about Streetwise, because it puts you in a position to meet people that you normally wouldn't meet.
And you're doing it on a better level than just, hi, I need money from you. You're doing it on, hi, I'm trying to reach out to Chicago and help Chicago understand. And in the process, if you have some feedback for me, that's fine. You're doing it on a level of a salesman then.
Yes.
You're not doing it on the level of a panhandler, a beggar. I'm going to say the words for what they are. We want Streetwise vendors to be salesmen, because if they can sell Streetwise, they can sell something else. They can be a businessman somewhere else. But it's a thought pattern that I want. It's respect, not pity.
Yes.
Okay.
And I really, really like the part of being able to mediate between the magazine and the vendor. You know, the vendor have something that they have to offer, okay? Because a lot of people want to know, what is it like to be homeless, or what is it like to be in the rock bottom situation where you have to come out here and sell papers? What is that like? They don't ask you directly, what is that like? But once they get to talking to you, they'll understand a little bit more of what it's like. And this is the go in between. This is what connects us, you know?
And probably you don't want to tell them that story in one 5-minute period. It's just too hard.
Right.
You're hoping you get to tell it in 30-second bits.
Yeah, not only that, but over a period of time. Okay, like we have another vendor coming on, and she'll be able to tell her story, but over a period of time, people get to know you. And once people get to know you, you develop a relationship with people, okay? And then that is what we call networking.
Okay.
You know, networking, and it works for us. You know, if a person, like you say, a salesperson, a person can work this networking effectively enough to actually obtain the type of job that they may desire, okay? Say, for instance, a person could very easily type up their resume, which we have someone to help them type it up.
That's our STEP program, which Alan did mention earlier, but we're mentioning it again.
Put it in the paper and sell your magazines with your resume. And so the very job that you have skills at doing, you can possibly do it.
You mean you could tuck it in the paper like
Yes,
this?
tuck it in.
All right, that's all
and
right.
Sell it and say, well, if you know of anyone that's looking for these skills that I have, you know, give them my resume and let them know that I'm available.
Cool.
You know,
All right.
so this is, Streetwise is a stepping stone. You know, no matter how you look at it, it's a stepping stone for people that likes the information. Because, like you said, we have free theaters, free concerts, a lot of free stuff that you can find out through Streetwise. Even if you can't afford it, you know, you can find out the information of what's free, like the Millennium Park guide.
That was mostly free. And a lot of the festivals, some festivals are free, some are not. Okay.
Free is good.
Free is good. Well, and that's the other thing I want to stress with Streetwise. I want to emphasize the free festivals because the vendors have to live cheap. And increasingly, Chicago's getting expensive. We want other people to be able to live more cheaply, put their money aside in a bank or someplace where they get real use out of it, but understand how it is to live cheap and also just be able to use their money in better ways that might fulfill a goal down the road.
And so, Susanna, I really thank you for coming on the show. And I think it's I always really like the paper that you all give us to sell, because it's a real good product. And if you don't have a vendor out there, I recommend that you get a vendor so you can keep up to date on what's going on and get your guides and find out what's going on around the city of Chicago.
So I'm going to give you a rundown about the next few issues.
Yeah. Please
Okay,
do.
we have a concert guide coming out. We do a festival guide. We're doing a concert guide to music happening in Chicago over the next quarter. We're also going to do a guide, a tribute to Aretha Franklin. We have some material from one of our other sister papers that they compiled, but we're also going to be getting input from vendors, and we'll be mentioning the 10th city anniversary in that issue. And I think that's really enough to say for now.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Suzanne.
Okay.
Thank you once again for coming on and giving us this theater guide, because it'll help guide a lot of people and help develop relationships between customer and vendors. And we really like the product that you're giving us to sell, because it's hot. It's hot. If you want the theater guide, find your vendor in your local neighborhood and get this hot theater guide.
Okay,
Theater
thank you.
guide. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Susan. And now we'd like to welcome our friend and fellow vendor, Gwen. Gwen, how are you, Gwen?
I'm fine.
Good, Gwen. Good to have you. So, Gwen, first of all, I would like for you to introduce yourself. Yeah, I know I said Gwen, but could you give us your name, your location, and how long you've been with Streetwise, please?
My name is Gwen Friedman. I've been with Streetwise about 25 years.
25 years,
I
wow.
started in 93, I think.
93, okay. And Streetwise started in 92, so yeah, it's about 25, because we just celebrated our 26-year anniversary. Okay, and let me ask you something. What brought you to Streetwise?
I was homeless.
You was homeless 25 years ago, okay.
Yes.
Have things
Living over on Roosevelt in the park.
in the park, okay. Have things got better since then?
Yes, I could pay for bills and stuff now.
You pay your bills?
My light bill, my Streetwise money.
Okay, that's good. That's what I be trying to emphasize in orientation for a vendor to recognize that there is opportunity here for you to be able to get up on your feet and pay your bills. Okay, you don't have to run from bills. You can face bills with Streetwise, right?
Right.
And pay your bills. Okay,
Right.
all you have to do is have a little get up and go about yourself, right?
Right.
And that you do have, Gwen. You're a lot of motivation to me, because you do participate in Streetwise. You do participate in our All Vendors program. You do participate in helping other vendors. What is it that you like about Streetwise, Gwen?
I like selling the paper. Be some good papers coming out. I like selling the paper. I like meeting people.
Oh yeah, that's a
selling
good
paper,
one. You have met some people.
communicating with people.
Oh yeah. You have met some people with Streetwise. I think we have a few people here on the website. Can you tell me
That's
who
Channel
this-
9 News. I was over there on when the Cubs first opened their first game this summer, and I was over there. I seen them on TV, so I got dressed and went over there. That's Robin and that's Larry.
Okay, Robin and Larry. Oh, that's with you at the Cubs game. What was you at, a bar or something?
The one down there on Waveland and Sheffield.
Oh, that was at a bar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You have met a lot of people now. Tell me who these people are.
That's Pat, the one who do the ball games and stuff.
Oh, commentator? Oh, okay, Pat the commentator. You have met some nice people, huh? Do you like meeting, those are like famous people, right? You like meeting famous people?
Sure.
And who is this guy?
This is Paul, the weatherman on Channel 9.
Paul the weatherman on Channel 9.
I like to hear him every morning.
Oh, yeah? So you be running into some nice, positive people, huh?
Yes.
You like it? That's a nice picture of you all. You look like you're very happy. He look like he happy. Did he buy a paper? That's my question.
Well, Larry did.
He did.
Larry brought a paper. He gave me $5 for a paper in the
Okay,
bar.
well, that's good. Since you've been working at Streetwise, do you have regular customers? We're gonna go to the next person too. Do you have regular? Oh, look at that guy, and look
That's
at you,
Pat.
looking good. Y'all looking good there. You holding something up? What you holding up?
I thought it was a Streetwise paper.
Oh, that's a Streetwise paper. Oh, I couldn't tell. That's the reason why we got you on the show, so you can explain these beautiful pictures, okay? So that's Pat. Is he famous?
Well, he do the sports.
Sports?
I was trying to say.
Okay. And I see that's a sports guy. He got on his Cubs hat, and you got on your pretty smile. So what's really going on here?
He do the weather sometimes.
Oh, this the guy that do the weather? Channel 9.
Channel 9.
Channel
Weather.
9, he do the weather. And you got a chance to meet him. What was he like? Was he a nice person?
Yes, they was. First time I ever met him.
He bought a paper too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So
He gave me $2.
well, we ain't gonna mention how much he gave you. Whether he gave you 2,000. No, well, we're not gonna even mention that. But nevertheless, there go you. Hey, look at you. You on your job. Yeah, you on your job. I don't know where you at, but you on your job. It looked like it was like in the wintertime.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm so glad to have you on the show. And did we cover this guy?
No,
Who is that guy? You remember him?
Tom Skilling.
That's Tom Skilling. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have Tom Skilling on the show with our one and only famous Gwendolyn from Streetwise. Did he buy a paper?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. You look like you have some very famous people in your lives. You know, I don't have no famous people in my life like that, but nevertheless, it look like you do. So, Gwen, thank you for coming on the show, and
Thank you for having me.
I would like to know, do you think some of your customers find you to be inspiring?
Yes, because a lot of them tell me that.
They tell you that you're inspiring. What way do you inspire them?
Being at work all the time, smiling, listening to them, and they listen to me, conversate.
That's what I like. That's really what I like about Streetwise. Communication, right? You get a chance to communicate with people that you normally wouldn't communicate. And then when you out there, you somewhat kind of feel them, don't you? I know I do. When I'm out there working with people, I feel what they're saying. Sometimes they can feel what I'm saying. It may be small, but yet it's touching. You feel like a closeness, right?
Right.
And so that's what I like about Streetwise. Can you tell me a little bit about you had some tragic things that happened in your life.
Oh, my partner died. And
I know that was hurting.
Anderson Bill stepped up and gave me a donation.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we got right here on the overhead.
Yeah.
Anderson steps up to Streetwise vendor, and that was you. They actually did an article in the paper about you.
Right.
Okay, they stepped up and they helped you because you was going through because you had lost your loved one.
Yes.
Okay, and what happened? You was homeless at the time, or what happened?
I wasn't really homeless, but he had a heart attack
He had a heart
on the
attack.
Blue Line train.
Oh, okay. And so you was going through a really low spot in your life. And so your customers could probably see and feel that in you.
Yes.
They could see and feel that, and so therefore they want to reach out and kind of help you in a way where it's to kind of cheer you up and help you, carry you, give you a little strength.
Yep, I was surprised, but I'm grateful.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Customers will surprise you at times, because I have known customers to come and surprise me. Especially around Christmas time, don't they surprise?
My birthday next month.
Your birthday next month, so give a shout out to Gwen, to all the customers. Gwen's birthday is next month. Y'all hear that out there, right?
October the
Gwen's birthday.
16th.
October the 16th. Okay, good. Gwen, thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having
and thank
me.
you for being a guest. And we really appreciate you, Gwen. You're doing a great job. Just keep up the good work. And I would like to remind people that we have our orientation Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have our orientation Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. You can come and we'll get your wheels rolling with 15 free papers. You're welcome to come and eat and have lunch on us. We'll give you a good location. We'll help get you started with Streetwise. And you can be like Gwen and myself. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.